comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the.
Hey guys, I'm Squid and I'm back with another battle for you today. I am facing my friend Jeremy in a UU battle. I did meet him on Pokemon Showdown and he definitely gave me some awesome battles. So I have to share them with you. Now today I am bringing like a semi-rain team. I have my Milotic who can pretty much abuse the rain with Surf. I am also bringing Hitmonchan with me. Now if you did watch Saturday Night Live with Squid episode 2, I did bring this Hitmonchan with me. It is the agility set. He really didn't do so hot. So I figured let me try him in a UU setting, see how he does. Also, I am bringing my Kingdra set with me, which I haven't used in a very long time. So I am excited to get her back in the rolls. I am bringing Ludicolo with me, who also does have the Rain Dance. So it is going to be able to set up for my semi-rain team, kinda sorta. So Ludicolo is from the Monotype series. I wanted to bring my Noivern with me because I figured, you know, the agility set may work here as well. It is a good set. I am running with the Wide Lens, the Focus Blast, Hurricane, and Dragon Pulse. And finally, I had to bring Rhyperior with me because it's my favorite wall in the game. And it is allowed in the UU tier, so I figured, why not? However, looking at my opponent's team, he is bringing like a semi-rain team as well. So Rhyperior isn't really going to like that so much with that 4x weakness. Now, he does have a Swampert, a Metagross, a Toxicroak, which is a monster in the rain, so I really have to be careful. Another really big rain abuser is going to be Heliolisk, so I have to watch out for Thunders, Volt Switches. I'm sure it's probably carrying Grass Knot. Thanks to Robotnik is Sexy for pointing that out to me that they do carry that, so that is actually going to play a role in this game. Now, there's also one of the biggest threats in UU out there, which is going to be the Scarf Heracross, and also he is running Blastoise, which at the time I thought it was Mega, but as you will see very soon, it's actually not. Now, what's going to happen here is he's going to end up leading off with his Blastoise, and I'm going to lead off with my Milotic because I figured it would be my best bet. If he wanted to lead off with the Swampert, I could Toxic it. If he wanted to lead off with the Metagross, I could Surf it, and I could go on from there. But here he's going to lead off with his Blastoise, and I figure my best bet is I just want to get a Toxic off on it because if he's Mega, he's going to be a problem. Now, what's going to happen here is he's actually just going to straight roar me out after I get my Toxic off on it. I guess it wasn't the matchup that he wanted, but Roar was definitely one of the last moves I was expecting. Here, he's going to end up going for a Scald, and foolishly, I stay in with my Hitmonchan. Now, that was definitely not, you know, the optimal play to go for. So, I end up going for a Sky Uppercut. I do not have Drain Punch because I am Kalos born, but it does do a decent chunk. But also he does have the leftover, so he's going to recover a little bit, but that is countered by the Toxic, so I don't have too much to worry about. Hoping that this Blastoise is going to be out of the game as soon as possible. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to switch into his Metagross, knowing he can take a Sky Uppercut very well. So I actually switch out here because I'm fearing the Scald is why I switched. I go into my Milotic because I figured if I can get the burn, it's going to help me out later against the Toxicroak and the Heracross. But I am just going to end up going for a Surf. He's going to end up going for a Zen Headbutt, and that's going to do a lot of damage. I wasn't expecting it to do that much, but it's definitely going to be a 2-hit KO. I do outspeed, so he's probably figuring that, you know, I could just Rocky Helmet stall him and recover, but we all know that's not my game type. And on the off chance that I did want to go for a Surf, he is going to bring in his Heliolisk, which I am going to assume is Dry Skin, and I really didn't want to deal with that and give it any help. So here he's actually going to go for the Grass Knot. And now with my game with Robotnik is Sexy, we did talk after, and he was fearing that my Heliolisk did have Grass Knot. That's why I did not switch into my Rhyperior. So if you're watching this, thank you, Andy. Now, I'm going to switch out here, and I am going to go into my Noivern just because I figure I could take the Grass Knot very well. But he knows better than that. He's just going to go for a Volt Switch. It does do way more than I thought. But I did get good information from that Heliolisk coming in, is that he is Life Orbed. So it's definitely good. Here I'm just going to end up switching out, because just on the off chance that Swampert was carrying Ice Beam, I didn't want to lose my Noivern, because I felt like it would be useful later on, just in case I would have had to force the Heracross to go to a Stone Edge, because I'm pretty sure that close combat wouldn't kill me. But now he actually has his rocks up, so that plan is kind of out the window. and I am going to switch into my Milotic. I know that I could try and get a Toxic off. I know I could at least take an Earthquake, so I am going to be able to take that. Now, like pretty much seeing the damage from the last Earthquake, you would assume that this Earthquake would take me out. However, my Milotic has different plans for that and ends up living on 7 HP, which is very exciting. And now I am able to outspeed the Swampert, and I can go get some health back and recover here. Now he's going to counter that, and he's going to bring his Heliolisk in here, which is a great play. Now, I'm pretty sure I could probably take a Volt Switch, or I was hoping I could. Now, he's going to opt to go for Thunder. And the reason he's running Thunder is because he is running a Rain team, so it would make sense because Thunder never misses in the rain. Unfortunately for him, the rain is not up for him yet, and he is going to end up missing his Thunder, and I will be able to take it out with an Ice Beam. That's what I went for. An Ice Beam, and now he is going to go into his Blastoise here, and he wants to roar me out. Now, he is going to roar me into my Rhyperior, which is not the matchup I want at all. I am 4 times weak to the Scald, and I definitely do not want to be in here. So now he's pretty much has the opportunity to go for a free Scald on anything he wants. Hopefully he can get a burn. So the best thing that I can switch out into is actually going to be my Milotic. Now I do want to switch into my Milotic here, just because if I can get the Scald burn, it's going to raise up my defense. He's going to activate my Marvel Scale, which is going to be important for later on, just because I need that defense boost to help me with the Heracross, and it's going to help me with the Toxicroak. So I do take the Scald nicely, and I do get burned as well. So what I want happens, so I'm actually pretty happy with that play. Now here I want to go for a Recover, because I need to get myself back up to a speed, or not a speed, I need to get myself back up to green health where I can be able to at least live a hit from either one of them. Now he's going to take advantage of this here because he knows I'm going to recover, and he's going to set up the rain for his Toxicroak. Now here I make kind of a misplay, because I figured with the rain boost, you know, the Toxic is going to rack up on this Blastoise. I was like, I bet you I could take it out with a Surf. The temptation was just, it was too high. I really couldn't stop myself. I almost clicked Ice Beam. I probably should have, but I fell for the temptation. Now, he knows that it's probably very tempting. He knows that he can also take an Ice Beam, so this is a free switch into his Toxicroak pretty much. And not only does he have the Dry Skin, but he also has the Black Sludge. Now, I'm going to assume that he's going to be running Max HP, Max Attack, Adamant, and he also has Swords Dance. Now, this is a very, very extremely scary Pokemon right now, because the power of this and the fact that it can just keep regaining his health is absolutely terrifying. His Drain Punch is going to restore his health. The Ice Beam that I just landed on him is the damage is already gone from that. He is going to get Rocky Helmet damage, but you'll see that that is replenished quite quickly with the Black Sludge and the Dry Skin. So I have to use my Rhyperior here. I have no choice. I wanted to keep it later on just for the Heracross, but I'm not going to get to the Heracross unless I get past the Toxicroak first. Now, he is a +2. He does have Stab on Drain Punch. I know I could take at least one, or at least I was really hoping I could, and I take it just under 50%, which is absolutely, I just want to take a second, and I just want to let that sink in. Rhyperior is such a monster defensively, it's disgusting. Now, I do take that hit well. I am able to retaliate back with an Earthquake, because I also know that Toxicroak isn't exactly, you know, well fit on the defensive side. So I can end up taking him out with that and recover a little bit of health. Now, he is going to bring his Blastoise in here, knowing that he could, you know, force my switch, and he knows that. He actually ends up predicting my Noivern to come in, because we were talking during the battle, and he's going to roar me out, because I figured maybe I could get it in, maybe he'll go for a Scald, I could take the Scald and then, you know, fire off an attack. But now my Noivern is pretty much death fodder, and he ends up roaring me out into my Ludicolo, which I'm actually okay with. This actually works in my advantage. Now, the play I want to make here is I want to set up a Rain Dance. This way, I could have a chance for outspeeding the Scarfed Heracross. Now, I am going to give him a boost on his water attacks. He is going to go for a Scald, but as you can see, this is going to do absolutely nothing to me. But he is going to get lucky here, and he is going to get the burn on me, which I'm okay with. I'll take the burn on Ludicolo over a burn on Hitmonchan, because that's going to play a huge role later on in the battle. Now, here I do activate my Swift Swim, so my speed is going to be doubled. I do not fear the Blastoise, because I can just end up hitting it with a Giga Drain and get my health back, but I am going to continue to be worn down by not only the burn, but the Life Orb as well. Now, as the Blastoise finally goes down, and let me say, I am quite impressed that he kept the Blastoise alive for this long. We're 22 turns in, and it's finally gone down, and it was toxic the entire time. So, kudos for that. Definitely well played. Now here, he is going to make a questionable in, I guess. I wasn't expecting him to bring in the Metagross. I guess maybe he thought he could have lived it if he was Assault Vest, or he could have, just went for a Bullet Punch. I was expecting a Bullet Punch, but he kind of just lets it go down. Now, this is pretty much the moment of truth right here. He's going to bring in the Heracross. Unfortunately, I do not outspeed because I only run enough speed investment to outspeed Scarf Pokemon of base 80, which I don't know why. I think it's this Ludicolo. I think it's because I wanted bulk for it was part of the build for the Mono tournament. Now, I need to be able to take a +1 close combat. And now I bring in my El Presidente, hoping I could take one. And miraculously, I live it on 25%. This is the custom set that I've made myself. There is a video on it, and I live the hit. I was so impressed with that. And I am able to go for a Waterfall, take out the Scarf Heracross. And not only is it -2 from the close combats, but I also get the Rain Boost on the last turn. And I'm also not locked into Outrage. Here, I do lock myself into Outrage. Swampert is his last Pokemon. But I know that Swampert is extremely bulky. Like, we got past the Heracross. Like, we didn't, kill it there and survive. It would have been game over. He would have swept us. But now, I'm kind of in a pickle because Swampert is very bulky. He does have the leftovers. But good thing that it is toxic. If I didn't get a toxic off, I'd be in a very, very sticky situation here. Now, I am going to go into my Hitmonchan. Luckily, at the beginning of the battle, he was not burned. And also, I don't have Drain Punch because I am Kalos born. I'm going to go for a Sky Uppercut here. It does do good damage. I'm not exactly defensively strong. Just like the Toxic Rogue, my defense isn't that great. I'm more invested in special defense as my natural bulk. I am running max HP on this, just because the agility set, I don't really need to invest in speed. But did you ever have like that inclination that you were just going to miss a move and you didn't want to go for it? At this point, I was so scared to hit Sky Uppercut because I thought it was going to miss here. But luckily, I do hit. And like my heart was literally beating out of my chest. I thought I was going to miss it. But I am able to knock him out with a second Sky Uppercut. Now, this was a 3-0 victory, but in no way I would call this a 3-0. Now, the reason I say that is because the Noivern was practically dead, because it would have been dead upon switching the next turn. If I didn't kill him with the Hitmonchan, I have a 4 times weakness to water. Even though I am maxing full defense, I'm not sure if Rhyperior could have lived, a ×4 stab waterfall from assuming he had waterfall, from about half health. I don't know, I didn't run any calcs on it, but, this is way closer than a 3-0. So, Jeremy, thanks for the good battle. I really enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more battles, and, continue to stay along with me and watch me battle. So, I'll catch you guys later. I'm out of here. Bye.